Okay, so now we've got the laser set up here, shooting in near the top of the tank, and it's shooting across. You can see it's curving downward a little bit, not a whole lot. But what we want to find out now is, what does it look like to the guy on the receiving end over here looking towards the laser? Okay, now we're on the other end looking towards the laser, which is kind of overexposed. So this lower streak is, okay, we're down below looking up towards it. I wonder if I could dim this down a little. Not much. The lower one is the one we're looking at. The upper one is reflecting off of the surface. Of course, now it has to not focus. Okay. So if we're above the beam, it looks like it's curving downwards, but if we're below it, it looks like it's curving upwards a little bit. So this is interesting because even though the beam is actually, why this thing doesn't want to focus. Anyway, this bright overexposed beam here is the laser beam. Below it is its reflection coming back off this surface here, and this is the surface of the water. But anyway, even though the laser beam is slightly curving down, in reality, because the viewer is looking at it through different density gradient layers from the target, from the oncoming end, that it actually looks like it's curving up a bit. Unless you come up to the same height, then it looks pretty straight. If you come up above it, then it appears to curve down. If you come down below it, so if somebody was on the other side of the lake shooting the laser beam over your head, it could literally be curving down due to standard atmospheric refraction plus lake refraction, temperature density gradient refraction, and yet the observer would see it as curving upward because they're seeing it through the refracting air. Okay, and this is just a shot so that if you want to screen grab and make sure that that line is curving, like I said, you can. I'm running it pretty much through the center of my frame. There's a little bit above center. There's a little bit below center. There you have it. What's kind of cool about this is there's some little leaves and like dead bugs and stuff floating around, but they all sink to the depth of their density gradient, their density level, and then they just float suspended halfway up and halfway down, or whatever